Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're looking at a toy from the Power of the Force collection. This is called Detention Block Rescue. And of course this is from Episode 4, New Hope, and this is supposed to be a playset where you can recreate the scene where they rescued Princess Leia from her prison cell on the Death Star. And as you can see, I've got about 4 figures stuck in there, and I'm just trying to recreate what was on the packaging when you buy the toy. And just so everybody knows and you're clear on this, none of these figures come with this play set. They're all sold separately, and so if you decide to purchase this thing, just be aware you're not getting any of these extra figures. All you're going to get is the detention block and the walls and the playset that you see. But first thing I want to do is I just want to spin the thing around so you guys can get a look at it from all sides. And you can see this is supposed to be the doorway where they enter the detention block. And if you remember from A New Hope, they actually had to shoot all these cameras and blasters off the wall. And here they are right here. These are the little automated cannon blasters that were in the detention block, and they all have little swiveling guns on them. And so you can see how that works from that side. It's a pretty interesting little feature. And if we keep spinning it here, you're going to see the back of it, and you can actually see there's a exterior gun for the Death Star, and to be honest, I'm not sure why that's there for this playset. And here is actually Princess Leia's cell from the back. You can see it. It's just a little seat. Once we open the door, I'll show you that. There's not a whole lot in there, but this is what it looks like from all sides. And there you can see, and I'll just to show you some of the other little features, I'm going to go ahead and pop the figures off here, and what you'll see is there's little tiny pegs on the floor of the detention block, and the reason for that is so you can set the figures up there, and you'll see each figure has holes on his feet, and that's how you get them to stand there, is you actually put the pegs in the little holes. And I'll go ahead and pick it up and show you what it looks like a little bit closer. And there you can see what the floor looks like, and here's the figure pegs. And now first thing I'll show you is this here is actually a door lever. So what you do is you'll pull this out, and that is Princess Leia's cell. I'm going to have to take her little robe off her to get her in there, but you can get her in there so she's ready for rescue. But she doesn't really sit on it that well, to be honest with you. So we'll put her in a seated position. I guess in the movie it was more like this. Okay, so there she is. She's in there ready for rescue. If she'll actually stay, which she won't, of course. Well, that's going to have to be good enough for now. But she's in there ready to be rescued. And the other little thing you'll see here is this is actually the door to the garbage chute that they escaped at. And it does open, and all you do is you just kind of tap it, and it shoots open. And there's absolutely nothing on the other side. But if you want to have the figures slide through there as if they're going down the trash chute, that's about all you're going to get. So, like I said, there's not a whole lot to it, but there you go. And close it, there's nothing to it. You just kind of push the door till you hear a snap or click, and that's it from the other side. And then, of course, you're going to notice there's a little double-barreled blaster cannon here. And the way this thing works is it's inserted through the wall. You cannot remove it. And there's a little thumb tab on the other side, and it's on a little ball joint, so you can point it in different directions. It rotates. I guess the best way to show it to you is from this side. But you can see if it rotates And so, and one other thing, it does fire, and if you look right here and here, these are the little triggers, and all you do to fire it is you pull back on the little triggers, and then to reinsert, you just make sure it's facing the right direction. You push in, you're going to hear click. One more time to show you that. You just pull back on the trigger. There you go. There's your exterior blaster cannon for the... Just once again, just give you a little bit of a view of it, what it looks like. And once again, we already talked about these, but here's the little blaster cannons on the exterior of the detention block. And believe it or not, these things actually do come off, and the guns actually come out, and it's just for storage and stuff like that. And if you ever decide you want to put this thing in storage and not have it on display, but it's just a little hole and a little peg, there's nothing to it, and they just snap right in there. And just be aware when you buy this thing also, it's not one solid piece like this. Actually, the whole thing comes apart. This door frame pulls off, and this wall pulls back, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how that works. But see, the whole thing comes apart. So if you ever want to take it apart and store it somewhere, and the walls actually... Let me see if I can get this thing to pop loose here. There you go. So it detaches and turns into 3 separate pieces. You have the floor, the door, and the wall with the cells. And to attach it, you just line up the notches with the pieces of the wall that fit in there. It's pretty simple. And it kind of, you have to snap it into position. And you take this doorway, and there's little notches and everything cut out, so it all lines up pretty well. But you just line it all up, and you push it together, and that's how it holds together. And once again, here's your cell door for Princess Leia's cell, and it is totally removable. There's just a little cutout here, and it slides right in. No problem. But that is pretty much it. That's everything it does. Let's see if we can get all these guys repositioned back in here. We have our Chewbacca. We'll leave Leia in the cell for now. She's just fine in there. And we have Luke and Han in Stormtrooper disguise. But there it is, everyone. There is your Detention Block Rescue playset from the Power of the Force collection. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.